Hey guys, today we're going to be looking at the Bandai IRIS figure that was released in 1999 when the movie Gamera 3 Revenge of Iris came out. To start off, let's take a look at the tag he came with. I was fortunate enough to actually pick this up with a tag. It's hard to find this figure at all anymore, especially with the tag. But as you can see, it's got a really awesome picture of Iris right on the front here. The tag actually has like a blue design to it, number 3. It says Iris right here. This Gamera logo right here looks really cool. On the inside, all that stuff that very few of us can even read. That cool Gamera logo's there, so that's pretty cool. And then the back of this card just looks awesome. This sketch of Gamera roaring with the logo of the movie. Bandai 1999. You know, this tag is really sweet. I'm really glad I got this. Definitely one of my favorite tags for any Bandai figure. Other than that, let's get right into it. Iris is basically one of the more unique kaiju to Gamera movies. The Gamera kaiju always kind of mostly, bizarre and interesting. But for some reason in the 90s series, the monsters had a connection to teenage girls. Gamera did, and so does Iris. Iris is connected to a girl that Gamera accidentally killed her family, and she named this monster that she found after her cat that died. Fantastic, best thing ever. Um, Iris is kind of like it almost seems like he's some kind of mutated Gauss type god symbol. As you can see, he's all red. It's cast in this red vinyl. It's very pale red. It's not shiny at all on the red parts, which is really interesting when it's paired with this silver coloring that's sprayed on him. The painting it's okay. I mean, this is an older vinyl. The painting is moderately applied to spots it should be. I mean, it's silver here, kind of. They sprayed what they needed to, I guess. The outside of his big blade arms are mostly silver. The red shines through. That's okay. The insides of his arms are all red because no paint at all. His knee spike things have, silver where it counts, I suppose. Iris's feet that look strangely like high heels, they're mostly painted silver, which is good. His head is all silver, which is correct, except for his eyes. I mean, best silver application possible. Then he's got the purple chest and that, and blue things. They're lights on him, I guess. He's weird. Then the back is purple, very purple. And then his little energy shooters are silver. The balls aren't painted on the ends that actually shoot the energy, but that's okay. His detailing is probably the best part about this figure, since the paint is lacking, but that's fine. He does have a lot of really good details. You can obviously tell what kaiju it is. The head is sculpted really nicely. There's a lot of fine details sculpted in. And the chest as well, especially on all of these. They're all sculpted really nice. He's even got little muscle strands and things like that. And then this almost looks like it reminds me of like a winged insect pattern. I don't know. Down here, his feet have good design on them. All of his blades and other regions. His arms look really nice. If my camera would focus, thank you. And his tentacles have this pattern up here that kind of gets smaller and smaller. It's kind of harder to see. And then these all look nice. Yeah. They're pretty cool. And then His purple back has all of that kind of winged insect pattern that I was talking about a bit ago. And then this is really cool. It almost looks like a kind of represents Gamera's shell. He has this back here. Iris is, I mean, you don't get to see him very well in the movie. He's always moving really fast, or they shoot him at really bizarre angles. So it's kind of difficult to tell what he actually looks like to compare this figure to. I mean, the tag has a good picture of him. That's literally like the best shot you get of him in the movie. And I mean, yeah, that looks pretty close, I guess. Whatever. He's cool. I really like this figure. I mean, I was really excited when I got it years ago. I had been hunting for one, and I'm glad I got it then because I hardly see any of them now. So I definitely recommend trying to find one. Let's get into some size comparisons and see what he looks like next to some other figures. So here's Iris next to Gamera himself, the incarnation that was that movie, 1999. And then the Super Gauss that was at the end of the movie that you don't really know how big they are. But this is what he looks like just next to some standard Gamera figures you guys probably have. These ones are the common ones. As you can see, Iris kind of towers over Gamera, but I guess that's because Gamera's slouched over and he basically stands straight up, like squaring up, bro. And then, of course, the Gauss. No one really knows how big the Super Gauss were at the end of that movie. That's fine. And here's Iris next to Mechagodzilla 2014, and then an SH Monster Arts Godzilla 2000. As you can see, Iris is still a little taller than each of them, but that's just because this is a figure that's standing straight up, where most other kaiju figures, they're like slouched over. And of course, I mean, they're never in the same movie, but that's just to let you guys know how big this is. His articulation is as follows. His arms will go up to about there, and then down to about there until the giant blade runs into the big spike, and then it doesn't move anymore. Same with the other arm. Everything kind of rubs together because he has so many protrusions, so just be aware of that. His head and his chest are separate pieces, but there's no rotation there at all. But other than his arms, it's just these ones, these tentacles, they can kind of move like this. I don't know if everyone's are glue sealed, but these are separate pieces too, so I feel like these should rotate, but mine are glued, and since how old this vinyl is, I really don't want to potentially damage it for just being able to make these rotate outwards. But yeah, that's really all the articulation that it has is just its arms and those tentacles. But, I mean, it's fine. It's Iris. He's cool. He looks cool just standing there. I definitely recommend if you guys find one of these for a price you're comfortable paying. I really don't know how much they're worth anymore because they are kind of difficult to find. I would pick it up if you're a fan of the Millennium series of Gamera, or the Heisei series, or whatever you call that weird 90s kind of segment. Probably Heisei, that's fine. I really liked Iris, so I tried my best to get one of these, and hey, there it is. But it's a really cool looking figure. It's the only figure of Iris by Bandai. I mean, there's some by I think X Plus made one or two. But other than that, yeah, you guys go and find one of these if you enjoy it as much as I do. And as always, you guys have an awesome day.